What's up everyone, thanks for tuning in as per usual. Now today's video is all about the panel interview, guys, and a lot of you have been waiting on this one for a minute. So without further ado, let's begin. In this video I will be going over everything that you need to know leading up to the panel interview, and I will be giving you a few tips on what I think are the best ways to prepare, the best ways to dress, and a few other things you may need to know going into that interview. Now, the first thing I want to look at here is what to expect going into this interview. You may have heard this before, but just to confirm, this is a 3-panel interview consisting of 3 senior officers from the JCF Human Resource Department. But don't be surprised, guys, if there is an additional person there as well. As it relates to length, expect the interview to be anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. They will be assessing your oral communication skills, your general knowledge, and your appreciation for the role of policing in society. So basically they will be listening and looking out for how well you speak and interact with the panel. As for the general knowledge, just make sure you know a thing or two about the job you are trying to get into, and be sure to have an idea of the importance of policing in the society and the role of the JCF. Research the JCF value statement and the motto to get a better understanding of the job you are aiming for. Now, how do you prepare for the interview? The first thing you need to do is to practice your questions and answers. Some commonly asked questions during any interview are: why do you want to join this organization? Tell us about yourself. Why should we hire you? What can you do for us that the other candidates cannot? What are your goals? A few of these questions, guys, will certainly come up during the interview, so it will be helpful if you practice your answers beforehand. Before your interview, you should have a good understanding of why you want the job. Be prepared to explain your interest in this opportunity and why you are the most qualified person for the job. To help you prepare, what you can do is have a mock interview. What you will do is have someone sit across a table, right? Literally have somebody sit across a table and have them question you, have them interview you. Now, when you practice, try to be as realistic as possible. Whoever the person is, look them dead in the eyes, right, and answer them. Also, look to the left, look to the right, as if there are people sitting on either side of the room, right, so that you are speaking to the panel and not just one person. This way, guys, you will be more prepared and more comfortable with being questioned at the actual interview, and you will appear a lot less nervous than you actually are. Mark, you know, everyone gets nervous at an interview. You are not alone. I remember my first interview. My heart was beating so fast. I thought the panel could have heard it from across the room, right? But as the interview went on, I got more comfortable. When you go into this interview, you don't want to sound like a robot. You want to sound more conversational. Try to speak as fluent and casual as you can. That way your answers will flow smoothly, right? In addition to practicing your question and answers, there are some other things that you gonna want to know and study up before getting into the interview. The first and one of the most obvious and most important thing to know is to know who the Commissioner of Police is. If you are asked and you don't know the answer to this question, just rest assured that you won't be getting past that interview. The second thing you need to know is who the Minister of National Security is. You may also want to know who the mayor of your parish is, and some things along those lines. So now that you know what to expect and you have all your questions and answers prepared, what do you wear when the day comes? Wearing the right clothes to the interview won't get you the job, but wearing the wrong clothes will sink any chances you have of impressing the interviewers. So it is extremely important, right, that you dress professionally, Wear a business attire appropriate for the role. For the males, the first thing you need to do is get an haircut. Do not show up looking like your last haircut was 4, 5, 6 months ago. The JCF expects you to look professional day in, day out if you were to get the job. So you are expected to show up at the interview looking the part. If you grow your hair, get it cut. You have to be serious if you want the job. Show up properly groomed, right? Next, you need to be clean shaven. You don't want to look like this. This is about 3-4 days now. You are expected to be clean shaven every day you are on duty. Don't show up with lines running down your cheekbones either, or any shadow fade. Shave your face, cut off everything. Next, no visible piercings, guys. If you have earrings, take them out. If you have any other piercing elsewhere on your face, go ahead and take those out as well before the interview. You don't want to show up at the interview and forget to take out that one nose ring, right? No visible tattoos. Visible tattoos are not acceptable in the JCF. So if you have tattoos, try to keep them covered as best as you can. As for the clothing, you can't go wrong with a suit and tie, guys. Don't wear any flashy colors. It is not time to look fancy. Wear a dark colored suit and a solid color tie. If you can't afford a suit, wear a long sleeve shirt and a tie with a dress pants, and wear dress shoes, black or brown. Stick to the basics, guys. This is a business professional interview. For the women, keep your hair nice and neat. Please leave your 21-inch Brazilian at home. Keep it simple and professional. Keep your piercings to a minimum, ladies. It is okay to wear a pair of earrings, but don't get too extra with the large loops. Knobs or something of similar size is fine. Leave the nose ring and lip rings at home as well. If you get hired, those aren't allowed whilst you are on duty, and certainly doesn't look professional at an interview. Again, just like the men, visible tattoos are not allowed, so keep those covered as best as you can. Wear a business professional suit or a dress, right? Something casual, something look nice. Don't show up wearing a skirt that is too short or too tight. Walking and having to pulling down your skirt doesn't look professional, and it will send the wrong message. Wear flat shoes if you can, or low heels. Don't show up in slippers or 6-inch stilettos. Now is not the time for that. Keep it very business professional. Now moving on, guys. Should you bring anything with you to the interview? If I recall, I didn't bring anything with me of note, but it is not a bad idea to take along with you 3 copies of your resume so the panel can have a look at it if those are necessary. Now that you know what to expect at the interview and how to dress, let me give you a word of advice. Whatever you do, do not show up late. Wake up early, leave out a few hours before the interview, right? Just in case something happens, just in case an accident or there's traffic or something, you will have plenty of time to get to the interview. Being on time is essentially being late. Show up at least 15 minutes before your appointed time, right? That gives you enough time to settle down and relax yourself. Whenever you get to that location, be polite to everyone, even the gardener. Say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is, whatever time of day your appointment is. Don't be impolite, because you never know who you are talking to. You may see that very said person who you were just rude to on the panel interview. And lastly, you would want to prepare at least 3 questions for the panel, just in case they ask if you have any questions. And please don't ask about the pay or the perks of the job. Ask thoughtful questions about the organization and the position you are aiming to get, right? This way they will see that you are interested in getting this job. Here are a few examples of questions that you can possibly ask. The first one is, I'm grateful for the opportunity to join this noble organization. What are the next steps in the hiring process? Number 2, Are there opportunities for professional development? If so, what do those look like? And lastly, what do you see as the most challenging aspect of this job? I believe those were some really great questions to ask the panel if they were to ask you if you have any questions to ask. But let me know though, what do you think? Were those great questions? Do you have any other questions you would like to ask the panel? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.